Up, got Tucson in a box. Spun it perfectly, even on our black surface. Man, this thing shows a lot of lint. It just pops on the camera. Anyways, let's get this Tucson out. Okay, yay! Look at this thing, man. Okay, kind of oily. Look at this thing. Look at the anodizing on there. So there's a story with this Tucson. And you know I'm going to tell it. I love telling stories. Here, let's get rid of all this stuff. Yeah, so I don't even know the model. Hopefully it's on the blade. If not, we'll have to look it up. Which I do frequently because I just pull them off the bench and start messing with them. I don't look them up until I have to. Anyways, let's get... I mean, there's nothing to grab there, so it's going to have to come out of there. Hopefully it's not real hard. No, it's wonderful, as a matter of fact. This is the TS440 14C28N night morning design. Look at this blade. Wow. I mean, so this is one, this happens occasionally with Tucson, man. They'll drop a model that just makes my heart skip a beat. One of y'all, I don't remember who it was. I'm terrible remembering anything, man. That's why I don't get down in the weeds with designers and because honestly, I'm that guy. You introduce me to somebody, and 5 minutes later, I'm like, hey, man, because I can't remember their name. It's just terrible, I know, but one of y'all made a comment on a knife a while back and said, when I saw this knife, I felt the same way when I saw my wife for the first time coming down the aisle. I was like, yeah, man, that's how a knife's supposed to make you feel. You probably don't want your wife listening to all this, but yeah, that was a perfect comment. I had to pop off and say, yeah, that's a great comment. As comments go, to me, that was a good one, man. But yeah, so that's this knife, man. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, I have to get one of those. 100%. I'm gonna put one of these in my collection. Yeah, I have to get it. Wow, look at this thing. And so, of course, there's a story. It's not. What story can I tell in a minute? Even if the story is the shortest story in the world, you can tell it in a minute. It'll take me 20 minutes to tell it. Oh, stop. All right. So, yeah, so right away I started following it on D-Win's site because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get me one of these. I got to be cautious because at first, they're probably going to pop up because it's a pretty attractive looking knife. They're probably people going to get busy after this thing. And so I think the first one sold for like $200, man. And I was like, yeah, that's not coming home with me. I wonder if that's going to sustain itself into the second auction. and if you're following the channel, I'm going to go ahead and get in here. Let's get in this knife. Ooh, it's got quite a bit of Loctite on it. But it wasn't stuck, so that's good. That was pretty loose. And so the next one sold for a lot, and the next one sold for a lot. And I probably watched 20 or 30 of these knives go for over $150. And I was like, yeah, I'm not paying that for that. I get it, y'all. Like, wow, is that thing attractive? And I definitely want one. Oh, this thing's going to have a pin right here. And I guarantee it's these two screws. And then there's a pin right there. Because for some reason, those backspacer pins are not friendly. And a lot of these barrel nuts have been really tolerance tight lately too, to the point to where I gotta put that screw back in and then tap that out. Tap that barrel spacer out from underneath that pocket clip. Like so. Yep. Yeah, see it's sticking out there? Got it to move. So, yeah, so they just kept going for crazy amounts of money, and to the point to where I started going, ooh, I mean, I'm either going to pay that much or I might not get one of these because it doesn't appear to be backing off. And but I held to my guns, and I said, if that's the case, I might have to get the second gen version, or maybe they'll come out with uh, uh, a high end steel version or something. But right now, I don't think that's going to make my list because man, I'm not going down that road. And so I just kept bidding them. They kept popping up. I kept bidding them. They kept popping up, and I think my max was like 125 bucks. Oh, come on, man. And of course, you're doing all this at the same time that you've exposed probably a razor sharp blade. So you're handling all this and sharp steel flying around. Oh, double roll bearings. That's kind of cool. I mean, it will strike the old conversation. Is that an upgrade or not? More bearing surface, more resistance, smoother action. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, man. And the choir said, we know. Yeah, okay, whatever. You say what you want, man. You're not going to get me riled up. So they just kept going for these huge, huge amounts of money. And I kept bidding them, hoping that someday I'd be fortunate to land one before they stop production, a production run, or run out of them. And I was kind of concerned about the Chinese New Year because, D-Win and Six Leaf and, that whole system kind of shuts down for the Chinese New Year. And I mean, America should take note because, man, they shut down. They don't kind of shut down. I mean, what is it, from the beginning of February to the past mid-February? It's like to the 20th or something. I mean, they don't mess around. Chinese New Year. I don't know. What do they do for that? Do they just have parties and parades every day? I mean, maybe somebody watching has the inside scoop on what goes down for Chinese New Year, but they definitely fall out for days. I mean, several days. I mean, we do New Year in America, and you get New Year's Eve if you're lucky. I mean, it used to be, I'm old enough that I can remember, towns would shut down Saturday night. You'd find an occasional gas station, but if you didn't get gas by 10 o'clock, unless you lived by a major highway and you could find a truck stop, you couldn't get gas after 9 o'clock. And in some small towns, you could go a long way and not get gas after 6 o'clock. Oh, there we go. Okay. 100% disassembled. Love those scales, man. Look at these things. Beautiful anodizing. So the story continues while I wipe this thing down. So I put my bid at, I think it was $125, and I won one. This one for under 120 bucks. I don't know, it was $115 or 16 bucks something, but under 120 bucks. And I was like, yeah, all right. Whoa. I mean, I follow the Six Leaf sellers. And so, like, I'm pretty sure, like, right after I won that one, the Six Leaf seller listed a buy it now auction with the best offer option on it for $109. And listed a couple of them. And I was like, what's going on, man? I mean, if I'd have waited a day, I think I could have bought one there. I mean, I didn't get smashed for the $175 or $200 or whatever they were going for. Um, but that's the part that surprised me the most was I mean, I got mine for 120 bucks, but it was one of those that ended at like 4 in the morning or something. And so I just got lucky. Like nobody was up bidding against me, and so I got it. But after I got this one, they were still selling for $150, and then boom, out of nowhere, six leaf sellers selling them for $109 with the best offer. And so I couldn't help myself. I put a sub $100 bid on one of those knives, and I won it for 90 some dollars. And so now I own two of them. I got one coming. What's up, man? Tucson six leaf, y'all. Yeah, but this was one of those that, man, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, I have to have one of these, and I am excited to get it cleaned up. The action felt a little gritty. Like I wasn't super impressed by that action at all. So I'm hoping by putting a little time into this thing right here that I'm going to be able to improve what I was feeling flipping that knife. So the other one that's coming is the gold. And I like this one. I mean, down close, this looks pretty good. But I will say, I've kind of had this project in my mind that I either want to strip some anodizing off a knife or I want to sand it off. And so maybe this one, and I'll keep the gold one. I'll have to get the gold one in hand and look at it and really decide. But maybe this is the one I modify. Maybe this is the one I come after. And because this titanium is kind of bead blasted, it's sort of a satin finish, but I mean it's kind of grippy, and that's my complaint with all this anodizing is it makes the knife super slick. And so I am slowly but surely, I don't even know how slow it is, and don't call me Shirley, moving into the arena of I'm not a fan of this stuff. If it's anodized, I don't want it. I've just, and if y'all go back on the channel, you'll see many examples where I have the anodized version and then I bring in the non-anodized and I bring in the anodized, or I have the anodized version. It's usually that's usually the scenario. I have the anodized version because that's the one that I bought. That's the one that's available. And then I see a non-anodized version and I go, I think I'll like that one more. And so I bring it in and then I do a comparison, and lo and behold, I think 100% so far, I prefer the non-anodized to the anodized. Now, aesthetically, does it look better? Does it make it look like a higher end knife? You know, all of that. Yeah, all the above, it does. Yep. I had one of y'all comment on these pivot pins a while back too. Like just one comment. Say, oh, can you flip that pivot pin over? And it's like, nah, bro. Matter of fact, I'm tempted. I should calm down here, but I'm tempted to get some black paint and paint the inside of that black so that it's really prominent. Oh, what's gotten into me, y'all? Stop me. I mean, too bad this ain't live, because right now there'd be a bunch of you just like going, bro, just stop, man. Stop right there. Just turn the camera off. Find something else to do. Take a break. Let's see. Stupid. That pin's in there. Pretty sure I want to get that pin out of there. I'll press that in the bottom. I don't want to be coming down on that if I can avoid it. Yep. I can't avoid it. It's in there, and I'm not going to grab it with pliers or nothing. We'll leave it be. Boy, I hope I can fix this action, because it was not good. I mean, it could be the Achilles heel of this knife. aesthetically, it's bomb. I mean, that's smooth right there. That's just, I mean, that's smooth as silk right there. So I'm not sure. What am I doing? Calm down, man. I'm not sure what that grit was that I was feeling. I don't know. We're about to find out. I hope it's gone. I didn't say nothing about it, but it was there. Let's go that side down. I swear I didn't take any medicine or nothing. I didn't. The detent was pretty good, so I'm not going to bother with it. I'm going to leave it stand the way it is. The pivot's locked in the bottom, so really I just got to kind of line up this pin. Get it all kind of lined up, and it should kind of mash together. There we go. There it is. Yeah. Easy peasy. Gosh, I like this knife. So cool. Very modern interpretation of kind of an old school dagger. I like it. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mr. Spock carried this on Planet Vulcan. This was this thing's cool. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, surprise me here. Let's be perfect. Let's check that play. Yeah, that's rock solid. And it's solid there. See what's up. Wow. I think what I'm feeling there, because it's better, but I think what I'm feeling, it's just the knife is so simplistic. It's got great washers, hardened steel, and those washers are breaking in because I feel it less, and I think it's just those bearings breaking in. Surely I cannot fail this knife. It's got a nice detent. Yeah, no way. Wow, is this thing nice? Let's get rid of this stuff so we can focus all of our attention on this amazing knife. Very cool. Yeah, so the action on this thing, we're going to call it, it's definitely A-level action. Blade centered. The detent is perfect. Yeah, it's wonderful. Ergonomics, so this grip back here definitely works. When I start seeing this big of a choil, I start to worry that the primary grip is going to end up being this one here, but it's not. So the primary grip is still back here. Very confident grip. It's not very confident, but I'm going to call it a confident grip. And the reason being, it's got a great finger guard with some jimping on it. Nice cutouts here. These first two fingers definitely go in place. The last two have a nice platform to land on back here. And so really nice, comfortable grip. The pocket clip's invisible where it's at. And so I'm definitely locked in. And this blade, oh man, it is pokey. Yeah. The only way this blade could be any more lethal is if this was double sharpened. Even if it was double sharpened that much. And I looked briefly. Listen, if this much of the blade was covered, I probably would profile that back. I'd pick a nice spot back here and then blend that, but it's not covered. So, I mean, I'd only be able to get the very, very tip of it, maybe a quarter of an inch of the very tip of that blade profiled to get a double edge on it. But, it is what it is. Yeah, so the ergonomics are really good on it. And then, of course, this choke up position, all it does is shift these two up here, and then this last finger goes back on this platform and then up into this choil. And I mean, a lot of times choke up isn't a great grip, in my opinion, for like having to do grip work that you really got to be holding on for. Typically, choke up is, like if you're going to shave your face or pick a splinter out or whatever. But this choke up position is allowing for a confident grip. Like this is confident here. I feel confident that I could move forward with this blade in this choked up position, meet resistance, and not lose my grip and end up over this blade. I think I could do that with this knife. So wonderful ergonomics on it. Let's check that pocket clip. Oh, money. And look at this profile on this clip, man. That is so nice. Very cool. A little bit poking out, but it's intriguing, man. I mean, it's a good look. Sophisticated. Nice grip. Not a lot of tension in that thin stuff. Not a lot of tension back here in my spot either. And I'm going to remedy that right now. Okay. Took it off, put a little bend on it, put it back in. Yeah, substantially more tension now. It's not overly tensioned, and I'll tell you the main reason why is because this is polished and that scale behind it's polished. But as you can see, that's a lot of tension now. I mean, could it take a tumble in a dryer? Yeah, probably. I mean, will it still run here on the thick stuff? Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. Well, why did I want to remedy that? Because I think I want to carry this knife. I like it, man. Look at that thing. That's cool. Hey, man, you got a knife? Yeah. I like it, man. Backup self-defense. I mean, bringing this out. Whew, says one thing. Says that you're serious about your knife, for sure. Man, I really like this thing. I wonder if it's sharp. Safety checks. Come on, man. Be breaking rank. Ooh, yeah, I can get that blade right there. Let's get up in the camera. Yep, right there. I'm all over that blade. All the way to there. So from there to there, that blade's exposed back there. Yep. Tip. Oh, it's close, man. But no, I can't get it. So the tip's good, the clip's good, but the blade contact through the back, that's a fail. Yep. Unfortunately, am I still going to carry it? I am. But I'll tell you all that it's got blade contact through the back. And of course, what that means is if that was in your front pocket and you reached in there, like let's say it's on the outside of your right front pocket, and you reached into this pocket to get some keys or change or whatever, and that finger went down hard into this space right here, there's a chance you cut yourself because you can't catch that blade. And to me, of course, anytime I can put skin on an exposed edge like that in an uncontrolled situation, like this is controlled. Am I scared of the blade? No. But I'm controlled. Reaching in your pocket is not a controlled scenario. And normally we don't reach into our pocket like, is there something in here that's going to bite me? No, we just, boom, we jam our hand in there. And I'm just telling you that on this one, the blade's exposed, and you could be jamming your finger right down onto a sharp blade. I wonder how sharp it is. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not perfect though. I'm gonna strop it. I'm gonna strop it. I want to put it on my leather. Let's go the green stuff first. Match that angle. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do here. Match that angle. I'm not in a hurry. You know, it's not like the old barbershop days. This is how you, no, man. I just want to get it on that angle. A little bit of pressure, not a lot. And then I want to match it on the other side. Because all I'm trying to do is refine the very edge of that. I don't want to create a new micro edge. That's why I want to stay on that angle. I want to run with the already developed bevel as flat as I possibly can. And if there's a burr on there, I want to get it off. And if you don't do this, I mean, when you're sharpening, you're creating a burr. And if you don't do this, no matter how sharp the knife feels, there may be a burr on there. And this is about getting it off. And then I also will run it on a piece of wood. Run that edge down on a piece of wood with a little bit of pressure, which will also help knock off a burr, and then fine tune it here on the strop. Okay, let's try it. Do we make it better or do we make it worse? I mean, you're not here, so you'll just have to take my word for it. But yeah, made it insanely better. Yeah, this thing's a wicked razor sharp now. And what did I do? 3 or 4 passes per side, roughly? Maybe 4 or 5, 5 or 6. I don't know. Wasn't that many though. I was busy talking. I wasn't paying attention. All right, we're down to price and availability. What is it? Tucson. You already know, but TWOSUN 440 and 14C28N night morning design. It's got these anodized scales, and then non-anodized titanium, anodized titanium pocket clip, anodized or non-anodized titanium backspacer. Same thing on the show side. I mean, this thing, that 14C blade, whew, does that look good. Satin finish. Beautiful. Look at that thing. All right. Price and availability. Let's see if I can find them. Okay. Yeah. So, D-Win has 2 live auctions running. One for a gold one and one for this, I don't know, what do you call that? Blue lightning, I guess, maybe. And then the 6-leaf seller has 2 running as well. In a buy it now price of $109, or best offer. Yeah. And is it worth $109? I mean, I'm going to say absolutely. This is a great knife for $109. I know it's 14C. It's not, it's not LMAX or, S35VN, but I mean, prices have crept up, man. They just are what they are. And for, for $110, I mean, I can tell you, I know what's available out there. And for $110, this is an amazing knife for $110. Yeah. I mean, if you could get it for sub $100 through the live auction, or even make an offer to the 6-leaf seller, get it sub 100 or right at $100. Come on, man. My 2 cents, but my 2 cents on a Tucson. Yeah, I'm digging it. TS440 14C. Yeah, this thing's wonderful, and I am going to give this one a ride in my pocket. I mean, of course, I got another one coming that I can just make a case queen and that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm gonna put this in my pocket. I dig it. Appreciate y'all watching.